Over the last decade, science has managed to uncover the secrets of several ancient inventions and artifacts. However, there are still certain objects dating back thousands of years whose purpose and construction remain a mystery to this day. Stick around till the end as we discuss 13 old technologies scientists still can't explain. Number 13. The Baghdad Battery. The first mysterious ancient artifact on the list is the Baghdad Battery. This unusual device has baffled scientists and archaeologists for several years. The Baghdad Battery reportedly dates back to the Parthian or Sasanian period of Persia. It comprises a clay jar, a copper cylinder, and an iron rod, which when connected together creates a battery that can generate a small electric charge. This unique battery was so fascinating because the idea of generating electricity was not discovered during that time, and still the people living in that period managed to create it. However, it is still unclear as to why the Baghdad Battery was created, as there's still no clear evidence stating its purpose. Some researchers believe that it was used for electroplating materials, while others say it was used in a religious ritual or ceremony. Even though we don't know much about the purpose of the Baghdad Battery, it is still a testament to the creativity and skills of the ancient world. It reminds us how our ancestors were capable of developing such ingenious tools with the limited resources they had. It is also a reminder of how much we still have to learn about our past. Number 12. Antikythera Mechanism. Another enigmatic and remarkable artifact on this list is the Antikythera Mechanism. This ancient mechanism was discovered from the ruins of an ancient Greek ship off the coast of Antikythera in 1901. It is a complex mechanism that comprises over 30 bronze gears, dials, and inscriptions that assisted in predicting astronomical events in the 1st century BCE. The Antikythera Mechanism could predict eclipses and positions of the sun, moon, and other planets. The fascinating aspect of this mechanism is how sophisticatedly and skillfully it was developed thousands of years ago. This represents how the ancient Greeks had such profound scientific and technological knowledge and makes us curious about some of the remarkable inventions that were lost. For several decades, scientists and archaeologists have been studying the Antikythera Mechanism in an attempt to unravel its mysteries. They've used everything from X-rays to high-resolution 3D scanning, but they still have many questions unanswered. Who created this mechanism? And what's the purpose behind it? How did the inventors come up with this idea? And from where did they have the knowledge and expertise to create such a complex mechanism? Apart from these unanswered questions, the most intriguing aspect of the Antikythera Mechanism is its connection with the Greek mathematician and philosopher Archimedes. Some experts believe that the Greek philosopher is the mastermind behind the design of the mechanism, as it has his famous spiral of Archimedes in its gears. The Antikythera Mechanism is a truly remarkable wonder of the ancient world. Its discovery has fascinated the people who are now looking to uncover its secrets. The discovery of the Antikythera Mechanism has inspired researchers to learn more about ancient technology and discover more of these ancient artifacts. Number 11. The Phaistos Disc. Next on the list is the Phaistos Disc, which some researchers believed was a type of ancient typewriter. Phaistos Disc is undoubtedly one of the most enigmatic and mysterious objects ever discovered. This unique artifact was discovered from the Greek island of Crete and dates back to around 1700 BCE. The disc is made of fired clay and has a series of symbols and markings all over it. These symbols are arranged in a spiral pattern on the disc and have yet to be deciphered. The symbols and markings on the Phaistos disc are unique and unlike any other writing system. Some archaeologists believe that it is a form of early Linear A, which is a script used by the Minoans who lived during the Bronze Age, whereas others believe it could be a form of hieroglyphics, a script used by ancient Egyptians. The fascinating interesting thing about the Phaistos Disc is that it is one of a kind. Many ancient objects with symbols have been discovered previously, but none of them had a script similar to that of the Phaistos Disc. Due to this, researchers are finding it difficult to decipher the script, and the spiral pattern of the markings on the disc makes it more difficult to read and interpret. Many experts have tried to decipher the Phaistos Disc, but none of them managed to successfully do it. Number 10. Ancient Swiss Army Knife. At number 10 on the list, we have the ancient Swiss Army Knife, aka the Roman Army Knife. This incredible artifact dates back to around 200 CE, and ever since its discovery has caught the eye of people around the world. The multi-purpose tool was made of silver and had a variety of different blades and tools such as a knife, spatula, pick, and fork. The ancient Swiss Army Knife caught everyone's eye because of how advanced it was, considering it was made thousands of years ago. The tool had an impressive level of craftsmanship and attention to detail, which is a testament to the ingenuity and creativity of the ancient world. Upon researching it, scientists discovered that the ancient Swiss Army Knife was primarily used for dining purposes because of the different tools in it. For example, the fork could be used to poke into food, and the knife for cutting it into pieces. However, this wasn't its only purpose, as its small and portable size made it a perfect companion for traveling or camping. Even though the ancient Swiss Army Knife is thousands of years old, it is still a timepiece of technology. A lot of multi-purpose tools we see today are heavily influenced by their design. This unique artifact gives us an idea of the creative and ingeniousness of our ancestors. Number 9. The Ageless Sword of Goujian. Next on the list is the Ageless Sword of Goujian. This enticing sword dates back over 2,000 years to the spring and autumn period in China. The sword has captured the attention of people all over the world due to its bronze and iron make and fine Chinese sword making. Even though the sword is over 2 millennia old, it is incredibly sharp and well preserved. Its insane durability has led people to speculate that the sword has some mystical or supernatural properties. Legend has it that the Ageless Sword of Goujian was used by King Goujian of Yu to defeat his rival, the King of Wu, in the battle. King Goujian, after the war, buried the sword with his own body as a symbol of victory and commitment to ruling justly. The sword was later discovered in the 1960s from King Goujian's excavated tomb after more than 2,000 years. The sword was in remarkably good condition, with its blade and handle fully intact. The Ageless Sword of Goujian is now a treasured artifact of Chinese history and culture. It has been studied for several years in hopes of finding the reasons for its durability, but no notable discovery was made. Number 8. Damascus Steel. Damascus Steel is one of these ancient pieces that have fascinated people for centuries. This unique steel is avidly used in knives and swords and is easily recognizable from its unique pattern. This ancient technique of metalworking originated in the Middle East and has been used to create some of the most beautiful and durable swords and knives. This unique and gorgeous pattern of Damascus steel is created by welding different types of steel together. The steel is then folded and then hammered repeatedly until a unique pattern is formed. This not only makes the blade aesthetically pleasing, but it also keeps it durable and sharp. The exact process of how the Damascus steel was prepared is lost to history for centuries. However, in recent years, experts have managed to uncover some of the secrets behind this ancient technique, but much of the process is still a mystery. Due to its incredible durability, some believe that the metal possesses supernatural or mystical properties and was capable of cutting through other metals or even stone. Nowadays, Damascus steel is highly demanded by enthusiasts and collectors around the world. The bits and pieces of the ancient metalworking technique are being used to create beautiful knives and swords. Number 7. The mysterious sound effects of Malta's Hypogeum Hall. The Hypogeum of House Afellini, located in Malta, is an underground structure that has baffled archaeologists and visitors for decades. The Hypogeum was built using cyclopean ringing to lift huge blocks of coralline limestone and was originally a sanctuary that became a necropolis in prehistoric times. The unique aspect of the underground ancient site is the strange sound effect that visitors can hear within its chambers. The visitors have reported a variety of unusual sounds such as echoes, unexplained whispers, or even haunting voices. Some visitors have also reported strange presences or energy within the space. This leads to the speculation that the Hypogeum may be haunted by ancient spirits or supernatural forces. Experts have carried out extensive investigations to figure out the exact cause, but none of them have managed to do so. Some believe that the sounds are heard because of its unique construction, which has a complex system of interlocking chambers and passageways. Others believe that these sounds are generated due to the intentional design of the Hypogeum. These mysterious sound effects of the Hypogeum have truly captured people's imagination, and tourists from all over the world come to the Hypogeum of House Afellini to witness these sounds and its architectural magnificence. It gives them a chance to step back in time and experience the wonder and mystery of the ancient world and ponder about the unanswered questions about this remarkable and enigmatic structure. Number 6. The Lycurgus Cup. Another impeccable ancient Roman artifact from this list is the Lycurgus Cup. This goblet dates back to over 1600 years and is made of glass and is no short of being a masterpiece of ancient Roman art. What makes this goblet unique is the fact that it can change its color depending on the light source. When light hits the goblet from the front, it appears green, whereas when light hits it from the back, it appears a deep red color. This unique feature of the Lycurgus Cup has confused scientists for several decades, but recently, this mystery has been solved. Turns out the cup has tiny particles of gold and silver in it, which cause the color-changing effect. This gives us an insight into nanotechnology. The Lycurgus Cup represents an early example of nanotechnology, where gold and silver particles were manipulated in such a way that they became really small and easily mixed into the glass. This feature allowed ancient and Roman craftsmen to create artifacts that are not only aesthetically pleasing, but also technologically advanced. The Lycurgus Cup showcases how ancient Romans were so technologically ahead of their time. It also shows that Romans could easily work on microscopic materials and use them to create unique objects. Number 5. Magical Sunstone. At number 5 on the list, we have the Magical Sunstone, aka the Aztec Calendar Stone. This unique artifact dates back to the 15th century and is one of the greatest achievements of Aztec art and engineering. The Sunstone is a 12-feet circular carving on a single piece of basalt rock that weighs over 20 tons. These intricate carvings on the stone depict various aspects of Aztec mythology and cosmology. The stone is often described as a masterpiece of precision and symmetry due to its detailed and precise carvings. The stone is not only an intricate piece of art, but it also serves a purpose. The carvings on the stone represent a calendar that depicts the movements of the sun, moon, and stars. Researchers believe that the Aztecs used the sunstone to track seasons and dates of important religious ceremonies. Some also believe that the sunstone had a spiritual significance for the Aztecs, and the carving was used in religious rituals. Even though the sunstone has been studied for several centuries, its features still baffle researchers and scholars. The carvings and astronomical significance of the sunstone have led some experts speculating that the scientific knowledge and expertise of Aztecs were far ahead of their time. Number 4. Lost Treasure of the Greek Fire. The Greek fire was a war weapon that was invented in the 7th century AD by the Byzantine Empire. The weapon is considered to be one of the most powerful weapons of its time and is capable of setting enemy ships on fire. The Greek fire was a highly effective weapon that had a high accuracy rate. The secret of the Greek fire was heavily guarded by the Byzantine Empire and was passed down from generation to generation. Being such a deadly war weapon, the Byzantines kept it a secret, and the formula wasn't shared with anyone. The formula was stored in a heavily guarded vault in Constantinople, and no unauthorized person was allowed to enter. In 1453, the Byzantine Empire fell, and the secret of the Greek fire was lost there. People began searching for the vault that had the Greek fire's formula, but have not succeeded yet. With this, the secret of the Greek fire remains one of the greatest mysteries of history. Some experts believe that the Greek fire formula was destroyed intentionally by the Byzantines so that it did not fall into the wrong hands. Others believed that the formula was hidden away in a secret location that has yet to be discovered. The mystery of the lost treasure of the Greek fire has caught the attention of people around the globe. The fact that such a powerful weapon could simply disappear in thin air is both thrilling and mystifying at the same time. Number 3. Ancient flying machines. The idea of flight has fascinated civilizations throughout history. Where some civilizations failed to achieve it, there are some civilizations that have come a lot closer. We've heard about these flying machines in several books all over the world. In Vedas, there is a large collection of sacred texts originating in ancient India. These sacred texts mention Vimanas, or flying chariots, that were set to be piloted by the gods. These machines were said to be super fast, agile, and powered by an energy source that was way more advanced than anything known to those people. Similarly, in ancient Greek mythology, there are several stories of flying machines like the winged sandals of Hermes and the flying chariot of Helios. Experts believe that these stories were most likely inspired by real-life flying machines that were used during the ancient Greek period. However, there is no concrete evidence supporting this theory. The fascinating aspect of these ancient flying machines is the mystery that surrounds them. People believe that these machines were capable of showcasing feats that were far beyond the understanding of the ancient people. It is also believed that these machines were powered by technologies that still remain a mystery to this day. The stories and myths revolving around these ancient flying machines inspire us to imagine a world that is more magical and wondrous than the one we know today. Number 2. Ancient earthquake detectors. Thousands of years ago, people used to rely on their intuition and senses to predict natural disasters such as earthquakes or floods. However, some civilizations had managed to develop unique devices that could help them detect earthquakes. This device was known as the seismoscope, and the oldest one was developed in ancient China around 130 AD by an astronomer named Chang Heng. The seismoscope consisted of a bronze urn with 8 dragon heads that were arranged around the top. Each head had a bronze ball in its mouth, and beneath it were toads with open mouths. In case of an earthquake, the ground would shake, dropping the ball from the dragon's head into the mouth of the toad, indicating the direction of the earthquake. The mystery around these ancient earthquake detectors is that these devices were developed during a time when people had very limited knowledge of the natural world. It's quite fascinating to imagine how people several thousand years ago managed to create such a precise and accurate device from the limited knowledge and resources available to them. And number 1. The ancient planes. Ancient planes are probably one of the most fascinating inventions in history. You can't really imagine how humans, thousands of years ago, somehow managed to create an object that could soar through the sky. Well, that's true, and we have examples in store for you that prove this was indeed a reality. The first one is the Golden Flyer. This small model aircraft was discovered in the tomb of Saqqara, Egypt, and dates back to around 200 BC. It is thought to be one of the earliest models of flying aircraft that were ever created. This unique aircraft had a base of sycamore wood and was covered in gold leaf. Its aerodynamic design suggests that it may have been intended to fly as a glider, propelled by the wind or launched from a height. This beautiful object baffles modern researchers to this day, and they're still clueless about how they had knowledge and technology to create such things. Another ancient invention is the Nazca lines in Peru. These are mysterious handmade features created on the surface of the earth known as geoglyphs that were etched into the desert thousands of years ago. These geoglyphs are so enormous that they can only be seen from several thousand feet in the air. This raises the question of how they saw these images because they clearly could not see them from the ground. Some speculate that the Nazca people were trying to communicate from beings from another world. Thank you for watching this video until the end. If you enjoy this type of content, feel free to give us a thumbs up and leave us your comments below. If you want to see more content like this, consider subscribing and you'll be the first to know.